My vine. Ah! 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 Tarzan 2 is also known as Tarzan 2, The Legend Begins, was released on VHS DVD June 14, 2005, animated direct-to-video sequel to the movie Tarzan. It is the third Disney Tarzan film after Tarzan and Jane, which I did a few weeks ago. Although it chronically takes place during the events of the original films set during Tarzan's childhood years before he met Jane. It was produced by the Walt Disney Pictures and the DisneyToon studio in Australia, with animation outsourced to the Toon City Animation, whatever the fuck that is. None of the original voice actors returned, well, except for Tarzan's mom. So welcome to my 18th. I still have so many left to do. Oh my god. Disney direct-to-DVD sequel video film VHS review. So a trend that I've noticed that these sequels do a lot of is that they usually will have like the main cast, and then those casts will have a kid, and the movie's about that kid. But we got one where Tarzan is that kid. So now we get to follow this boy. Though for the longest time when I was younger, I always thought that Tarzan was his son. I don't know why. I was too dumb to comprehend. I also played the fuck out of the Game Boy game, which I actually got right over here. I couldn't find the DVD, but I got the Game Boy game. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, you missed it. We gotta collect the 45 banana. It's always made this little humming noise. Listen. That's always been a thing. But look, we got little baby Tarzan. Look at him. He jumps and everything. It's insane. That was like literally one of like the first games I've ever played growing up. I never got past like the second level. There's another film where the DVD kind of like really let me down. Like there wasn't like a lot of stuff. There was like a 5-minute feature called like Bringing the Legend to Life, which includes like the usual assortment of like movie clips talking about the inspiration for the film. Even in that though, there isn't even like a lot said about the making of it. So
boo for you. So we had to find someone who not only sounded like Tarzan, but somebody who could really inhabit who Tarzan is.
The part I play in Tarzan 2 is Tarzan.
Well, there's more at the end where I will go over. But other than that, all right, let's begin. A Disney castle, but there's nature sounds in the back. So there's views of trees. Disney Pictures presents. There's an aggressive animal that slaps the trees. Tarzan 2. So we get a pan out of baby Tarzan's eyes. Apparently he witnessed whatever that was. Now he's running, hits a spider and freaks out. Same thing I would do. Then I shit you not, I wanted to see what this animal like looked like. So I found this perfect frame to pause it on. I don't know, it looks like a one-eyed Terk if you ask me. So he hops on baby Tantor.
Run! It's the Zugor! Monster?
And then the monster reveals itself, and yep, it's just who I thought it was, Rosie O'Donnell, the impersonator. They regroup, start talking about the Zugor, which I don't really think they exist, whatever this monster creature is. But Tarzan says he was just practicing running for his life, which is understandable. The Rosie impersonator says, well, if the Zugor did exist, you'd be digested anyways, LOL. Then believe it or not, a song starts to play. None other than the man himself, Phil Collins.
It was critical that we got Phil back.
Yeah, they reused the Son of Man song, but it's a good song. So basically in the first movie where I think it was the Son of Man song when he was a child, this is basically just continuing off that, and we get to watch him do antics as a child from that song. I don't really know how they managed to fit it in there, but you know what, it works.
If you recall in the first film, there's this great song sequence, the Son of Man sequence, where we see Tarzan grow up. And we were kind of wondering, well, what happened, during that time period?
About halfway through the song, there's like a break in the music and a beat starts playing, and I found this part funny. He missed and hit a rock, starts sliding down. I don't think there's going to be a lot of plot development that goes on as to what is probably going to be a lot of slapstick and just kids doing kid things in this movie. So after the song, the mom gorillas get mad at Tarzan for making their kids act like monkeys and say they can't play with him anymore. Terk does some Kerchak impressions, keeping true to her contemporary of Rosie. He was behind her the whole time. He just kind of eyes her down, walks away. Do better is kind of what I got from that.
Every like 20 people watching you try to make ape sounds.
The next scene, he's playing with his mom, and she has the audacity to ask him,
Tarzan, what's wrong?
Like, did you see what happened 2 minutes ago?
I'm not a good ape. I can't outrun the Zugor.
Well, he is a human. He goes on a rant about how he isn't good enough to outrun the Zugor that really don't exist, and how everyone would be better without him around. Where have I heard that before? His mom takes him on a walk. She explains how trees fall during storms. Then we get a beautiful backdrop of some of these like sequel movies. Some of these sequel movies have really good backdrops. Shout out to the Australians, bro. They really just be out here. She explains how this is the biggest tree in the jungle.
Some twisted, some straight.
That one looks fat.
And then they start judging all the tree branches. Overall, she needs him, so all is well. Next scene, they're playing Run from the Zugor. I don't know, the adults just kind of have given up Karen. You know, later on, they're all just crossing the tree trunk over death, and I guess all the weight of them made it start to collapse. And of course, who's the last one left on it that needs help? Well, it's not Terk. Then this happens. Just a slap to the face. It looked fatal. He's fine. He lands on some rocks, but his mom, oh no. And then like literally the next scene, like 10 seconds later, we see him climbing out of the cliff and no one is there as he yells out for his mom. So something weird I noticed was like, so did no one want to save him? Did they think he fell like in the water below and died? Did no one even like bother to look off the cliff for like a split second besides his mom? And if they did they not think they could climb down to get him? Because clearly he could climb up himself and he's not a monkey. I just found that strange. Anyway, Tarzan finds them like 10 seconds later and he eavesdrops on them before he decides to reveal himself. And then his mom says she would have given her life to save him. And then he looks to his left and sees this.
She's probably better off without him. I think we all are.
So I guess just that one line provoked him to run away forever. And you guessed it, Phil Collins plays in the back. So there's a new song, I'm sure. It's called Leaving Home. That about sums up what the song's about.
I can go home. Oh, this much I know. This much I know.
It's better if he disappears. This is a good song, you know. Love me some Philly C. So after it ends, he runs into a cheetah casually, which I don't know if this is the same one from the first movie, just younger. I don't know, it looks the same. Is it a cheetah or is it a leopard? I think it's a leopard, right? Because cheetahs can't run in the jungle. Now I'm confusing myself. The voice of Zugor is yelled from the hell below. Uh-oh, he must be real. So Tarzan goes to check it out. Smart kid. And then he faints. And then he runs into two gorillas that just happen to be siblings. Their names are Uto and Kago. Yes, another comedy duo in my Disney direct-to-DVD sequel copy of Tarzan 2. They think he's a bird. They're also beyond dumb. So, but very threatening for their size. They also have a mom voiced by Estelle Harris. You might recognize her from Seinfeld, Zach and Cody, a Toy Story. So damn, I recognized her voice right away. You can't. It's Muriel's voice, y'all.
Where's your family? That was better.
So she's a very aggressive mom. She reminds me of mine.
What is all this silliness about a baby bird,
I'm not a bird. I'm an ape.
They don't think he's an ape, so they don't know how he got there. They are hiding from a monster called the Zugor, which, oh, and it's coming. So a quick run later, he runs into another ape that doesn't want to help him, and he sleeps outside for the night. The next morning, he spies on that random ape. He just kind of disrespectful. As he's followed him, we see that where the Zugor yell was coming from all along. I had the same face as Tarzan too when I found out. So this like Zugor guy yells to scare animals to get his food, and then they get chased by a rhino and they make it away. He doesn't want anything to do with the kid, so Tarzan proceeds to follow him around.
Me? Nah. Wait. Nah. How about this? Nah!
He threatens him by saying he'll tell the three big scary gorillas who the Zugor is if he doesn't let him tag along. A little bit of a blackmail. So yes, he lets him tag along. Gotta move this plot forward somehow. So back with the fake Rosie and Tantor. Tantor apparently heard Tarzan scream from fucking the Death Mountains or something like that. And so he tells Rosie, fake Rosie, and he's like, that's impossible.
I'm an elephant. I've got 20/20 hearing.
Which I found out for myself if they do, and they do, but I don't think that's what it's called. And then a Google AI gave me this thing up talking about how they don't have 20/20 hearing, but they have good hearing. So now I don't know who to trust anymore. So the two of them are off to find him. So back with Tarzan and Zugor, did you know George Carlin voiced Zugar? And then I found out he also voiced Fillmore in the Cars movie. He was also the narrator for the Thomas the Tank Engine with damn Ringo Starr.
Family! It's like me. He's got my touch verbally in places.
I didn't know this man had this range, and this man is an amazing comedian. This apparently was his first Disney movie, I think, was Tarzan 2, so shout out to him. Don't know why he did it. So Tarzan threatens him by saying he has to train him to be a good ape or he'll tell everyone who he is. So while he does this, wow, another Phil Collins song, Who Am I? It's kind of like a montage song of like their training, which eventually like Zugor ends up liking him towards the end of it. Wow, thank you, Phil Collins. Next, so back with Tarzan's mom, You'll Be in My Heart piano version plays in the back. There's three baby monkeys from earlier. They tell her that Tarzan is on an evil dark mountain and she believes them with no proof and she's off to find them. Back with Zugor, he explains how he became Zugor.
So when did you figure out you were Zugor?
Got old, got slow, got left behind. Same old story. Boo-hoo, how sad for me.
I would do the same. So Terk and Tantor get scared by Zugor voice and they run away into the brother gorillas and like, damn, Terk got spunk.
Isn't.
No, it isn't.
They capture Terk. So the Muriel mom, out of the hubbub, she kidnaps Terk because she wants to know how to get past Zugor. I don't know why Terk would know, but sure. Also, Tantor was stuck in a rock this whole time and like they left him. So I don't know how he makes it out. So back with Tar, he made Zugor a bed just the same way his mom used to make it. So he's confused why he's being nice. But Tarzan didn't make one for himself. So instead he just sleeps on the floor. So, I mean, good deed. Back with Terk and the bros, he just kind of has Terk in a headlock. And Terk asks why he's always got to do the hard work while the other guy's fucking, you know, breaking a rock. And they end up fighting.
You got to do some work too. So here, Mr. Lazy.
Insulted you.
He insulted me?
Yes.
You insulted me? Yes. Ooh.
And then Terk just walks away.
Hey, you got a banana. Good job.
Because he's so nice to him, he asks if he wants to be a Zugor. And honestly, it's a pretty emotional scene here. I think George Carlin did a good job. Back with Tantor, I won't lie, I didn't think we would come back to him the rest of the movie. But he gets pulled out by Terk. So I'm glad we closed that question of the film. They run away and just run into Tarzan just like that. They are off to hide. The bros and the moms, of course, are following them to the Zugor, but secretly. So they're just chilling in the water at the Zugor hideout, and then they just fucking show up.
There is no monster.
No monster? What do you mean, no monster?
Not even a jump scare or a plan. They just find the old man Carlin was keeping them trapped in that valley, and instead of killing him, they destroy the place. He runs away. We get another beautiful vista. Just wow, birds and all. While they're looking at the vista, they find out where Tarzan and fam live, and they're off to take over their home. So this ending is gonna be wild. Tarzan tries to make up with the Zugor and he fails, so he leaves them. So fast forward a little bit, they make it to the home and the mom gets pushed off with the kids. And then literally 2 seconds later, this happens. That's all it took. And then we get like the fucking big reveal of Zugor being like, you know what? You know what you are? You're not a Zugor. You're Tarzan. That's what he is. Now go after the monkeys. So he does just that and starts doing antics with them. Tarzan's doing that. Zugor's having like a diss battle with the other monkey. This goes back and forth a few times until Zugor says this.
Barf, you have beautiful eyes!
I don't know about this final battle, y'all. But Tarzan does do his iconic stance, but in kid form. Actually hits like right on the 1 hour mark in the movie too. So I guess that's something. But oh my God, mom is hanging on for dear life. What is Tarzan gonna do? He does a slow motion run to the vine. Never underestimate the power of these vines, y'all. I taught you this in the Tarzan and Jane review. Never. He saved her.
He thinks I have beautiful eyes.
The timeless mystery of love. Another beautiful vista later. So basically, everyone is happy now except the two bros because they got like a new stepdad now. So R.I.P. them. So Phil Collins starts playing again. It's the Who Am I song again, but condensed. And he's swinging through his strong vines, lands on a tree. These sequels love ending with these like pan out shots where we have a final beautiful scenic drop to end it off, and that's Tarzan 2. Credits are not Phil Collins, but someone singing one of his songs. So maybe they wanted other voices singing in this movie. But also, after watching the credits, this movie, Lava Lamp started finally fucking working. But this movie ends with the DisneyToon Studio animation logo and animation form, which I didn't think I'd get a good quality of it. So now I can use it whenever I want. I mean, this movie was okay. It wasn't boring. I enjoyed it, but I was wondering throughout the whole movie how they are gonna get rid of Zugor, because like there's no mention of him in the original movie, and I was thinking maybe they're gonna like find a way to kill him off by maybe like the brother gorillas or something. But no, they just kind of run off to live the family life, you know, and that's chill. I wonder how they're doing. I figured maybe they'd be like in the Tarzan and Jane TV show, maybe as a cameo in some episodes, but probably not. And though this movie's not packed with fucking extras, there's a few components. There's a trivia track. It shows the facts about gorillas, elephants, and other animals seen in the film, as well as like some fucking information about locations. It's extremely basic.
Fortunate to have two world-renowned experts with us who have agreed to share their wisdom and expertise, Terk and Tantor.
And there's also some extremely basic notes that appear in the thing.
There's one thing I know, it's that gorillas love to eat, and their favorite food is fish.
First of all, we do not eat fish. We're vegetarians.
Gorillas are omnivores.
There's another thing called the Games and Activities tab in there. We got Gorilla Grumble, Tantor and Terk's Jungle Guide, completion with no concrete rewards. These games are so much fun. I don't know. There's like this misinformation from Tantor and Terk, which I think is amusing though. Lastly, some Spitfire reviews for y'all. Anonymous one said, this movie's all about that cash money. This Disney cartoon teaches children how to blackmail. Excellent voice talents. Anonymous 2 said, stop making squeakquels, Disney. Sad face. That's really it. There's nothing else I really wanted to kind of delve into deeper. Nothing else I bothered to look deeper into. Actually, my bad. Let me fix that. Thank you for joining me. Join me next time where I cover the next Disney Direct to VHS DVD sequel, VHS DVD, DVD sequel movie, Lilo and Stitch 2. Stitch has a glitch. Oh, a classic.